Most POS platforms look exactly the same these days. You have the category on one side and you have the product list on one side. Let's be honest, it must not all look the same. It was created to be customized. So instead of forcing your staff to go through endless product lists, those fastest selling products are at the top so that your staff can just access them easily and for faster checkout processes. Your POS should be tailored to your specific business need. In this video, I'm going to show you how to break away from the conventional POS layout in SambaPOS and show you how to customize your menu to suit your business need. Come to think of it, have you realized that there are some point of sales that have numbers, full numerical numbers at the bottom of the screen, and some just have numbers, few numbers at the top of the screen, and some don't even have at all? All those things are designed for specific needs. So I'm just going to dive straight into this and show you how to play around with your menu in SambaPOS. So let's get straight into the video. If you look at this point of sale, we have the main category here, which is the soft drink, and you see the drinks. We have the beverage and you see the beverage. We have the dessert and you see the dessert. Now, note that I'm going to be working on this more, so you see how this looks like. So now we also have the numbers. So what are these numbers for? These numbers are when you want to select, I want 8 Pepsi. I click on 8 and I click on Pepsi and I get the Pepsi. I want 12 Sprite. I click on the 12 and I click on Sprite and I get 12 Sprite. But do you also know that this number can change the price of the product? So in the case where I have my Fanta, I have my Fanta to be 500 and I want to change the price of Fanta. I could change the price of Fanta to 1,000. So once I click on 1,000 and I click on change price here, my Fanta has changed from 500 to 1,000. Note that this change in price can be restricted to certain users, but it doesn't dismiss the fact that these numbers can be used there, which is why some people purposely remove the numbers so that nobody is there changing the price using this particular keyboard. So I'm going to go into the menu and let's see all the countless things we can do to customize this view. So we click on manage, products, menu lists, and double click on menu. So we have the edit menu properties. So now under this edit menu properties, what it does is it customizes how our category actually does look like. So we have just the soft drink, the beverage, and the desserts there. Yeah. So let's say I want to make it a 2-column instead of a 1-column, because sometimes you can have a very long list and it just tends to keep scrolling and it can delay the process. But I just want it to be at a glance. When the staff wants to click on it, it's just on a glance of the system. So I could make it 2. I can decide to increase it. Since I'm making it 2, I want it to be a bit bigger, so I can go for 30. So if I click on OK and I click on save, please don't ever forget to save. And I go back to my main menu, I'm going to see that I have my drinks now in 2s. So you can make it in 3s, you can make it in 4s, depending on how your menu is and how best it suits your screen. So the bigger the screen, the more space it can actually hold. So I'm going to take it back to the previous one, and where we go on with the next. So we have the add category, which was explained in the previous video. We have add missing categories. If any category is missing or it's not added on the point of sale, you can do that here as well. So now the next thing is to edit this category. I want to edit this particular category. The category name is soft drink, which is perfect. It has a code, a generic code. If I want to change the header from soft drink to something else, I could do that. Then we have image. Let me expand this. Then we have image and text. So now if you look at the point of sale screen, you see that it's just a blank sheet of the yellow and just the text. You can actually add an image there for fancier and easier way for the staff to go through. You can either do image and text or image only or hidden. The moment you put hidden, that category just disappears. If you put image only, you need to have image. I'm going to leave that image and text, so I'll show you how to put a text. So we have fast menu. So now if I want this particular category to be a fast menu and I check on it, let's see what is going to happen. You see that automatically is at the top of my screen. So those faster selling products that are always up and going, those can actually be listed up here, so it can easily be clicked on for a faster checkout process. Let's say I don't want them to be a fast selling. I'm going to check this out. So now we have the bottom height. Now this bottom height is for still on the category. So if I want the bottom height to be changed, I could change that. If I want the size of the text to there, I could change that. If I want the color, so we have orange there. I could say I want it to be, let's say, blue, and I could change the blue here. We have the height. You could change the height with your numbers. You could change. Now if I want the image part, now I want a picture there. You have to go to your system and get the part of the image on your system. SambaPOS and paste this. um, this is quite straightforward. I'm just going to put this image here, so we can have an image and we can have a text. Then coming here, we're going to look at the menu property. Under this menu property is now the product list. Those things are that are on the product list. So you can change the sizes they have there currently. So if you leave it at 0, the system just automatically pick a default to accommodate the size of the screen. So if you want to have a fixed specification of your menu list, you can change. You can just play with the numbers here. You change the font size. Then if I want it to be 2 pages, you just have 1 page, but I want it to be 2 pages because sometimes you could have a whole lot of items on the screen that you just want them to go to the next page. You can put that as 2 pages, because if you leave it as 1 page, it's always going to shrink and keep shrinking so that it fits 1 page. So I'm going to make it as 2 pages, so you can see how the 2 page actually does work. Then we have the wrap text. If you look at our words that are 2 or 3 lines, let's say bottle water, or we say Coca-Cola, or we say Diet Coke, those are 2 words. So if I click on wrap, it's going to bracket them, it's going to divide them to suit into a smaller box. That's for when, especially when you have a lot of items on the screen. So I'm going to give it a wrap text. And if I want to change the color as well, the color there is green. I want to change it to, let's say, I think it will hurt. Then if I want them to be sorted alphabetical, that can be done. If you feel like your waiters or cashier or your staff in general will prefer it alphabetical, you can have that done. If you want also, I could just click on that. If you want like a maximum number, a maximum item, you can as well do that on your keypad. You tell the system that it should be the maximum items to actually place an order. So now for the keypad, I don't want the keypad to be that big. I want it to be actually smaller because I don't want them playing with the numbers. I could as well leave it as small. If I don't even want the numbers at all, especially for products that are just 1 or 2 or 3, they could just tap on the screen 1, or they could tap 2 on the screen. But in this case, I just want it to be smaller. That's from 1 to 5. Small is 1 to 5, then none is nothing at all. I'm just going to leave it at small. Then the number keypad value, because I don't need a number key value, number pad value, I could just leave this empty. But if I want a number pad value, I can as well create a number pad value here, or increase the number to be bigger than what we saw in the earlier run, or make it smaller than the number we saw earlier on. If I want a customized keypad, I could do that. And when I'm done with this, I click on OK. And don't forget to save, and I click on save. So now let's see how our screen will be looking like. So you see that I have changed the beautification now. So we have our image at the top and our soft drink at the bottom. We have our bottle water. So because I wrap the text, it's not looking at bottle water. I have my cola, I have my Fanta. If I click on my next page, I have my Mirinda, my Pepsi, and my Sprite. But we still have others in the default way the system actually did came. Don't forget, you can also have this keypad numbers here are now written 1 to 5. This keypad is never going to be a problem because I can say I want 5 bottles of water and I click on it. If I want to make it 10, I can click on the bottle of water. We have the plus sign here and we have the minus sign here. So whether you remove the keypad or you increase the keypad, if your orders are not usually in bulk numbers, that could actually work for them. So with this, they cannot actually change the price and whatnot if need be. And it also gives your product room. If you have so many products on the list, you have room to actually display your products. So I'm going to remove this from the pages and let's see how it looks like without the pages. So when I remove the keypad and I remove the number of pages I want to see that it accommodates the items there, so it gave it a uniform height and width of the product list. So I can as well still click what I want to click, and I can still add the quantities if need be. So that is how to customize your menu list. Now, what if I want to do everything at the same time instead of doing it one? How do we go about that? So we are back in the menu. We have in this case, we don't go to the edit category, we don't click on edit all categories. So this gives you a broader view of everything. You see, we have our soft drinks here, we have our code here, we have our header here, exactly as it is in the other side. We have our image and our text here. Can as well change it to only image. If I change it to image, I just have only the image for this particular product. I have my bottom height and width. I can make this a fast menu. I can make this a fast menu if I want to. I leave the bottom height as 0 so it can always accommodate into the screen. I leave my font size as 36. Now, what if I want the color to be the same? I can as well come here and change the colors to be the same. I could just come here and choose, let's say I choose this. You can as well change it to suit you. I still leave the bottom height as the same thing, the columns. If I don't want an image, I leave it there. If I have image part, I can also put the image part all here. I have my column. This column now works for from here, this column count is working for the menu. So you can have, so not the menu, from here is working for the product list. Those are the smaller products. So you can as well customize this, change the font, 1 page or 2 page count. I can as well decide to wrap all text. I don't wrap all text. I'm going to leave this particular one as unwrapped. So we are going to see how that looks like. I can change this to pink. I can leave this as green. This is not green. Let's say blue. So this is this, and this one shouldn't be alphabetical order. Now my keypad views, I can decide to leave this one as small instead of large, and let's just change all of them to small. Keypad values, want to change the keypad values, I do all that here, and basically that's that. And once you're done, you click on OK and you click on Save. So by the time I click on Save, I'll see that my menu has been changed. I have my image without the text if need be. I have my bottles, I have my beverages with a beautiful color and the numbers here. Note that this one don't have numbers, this one have numbers. Now because I didn't wrap it, that is why it came out in longer form. If I had wrapped it, it's going to fold as this bottle water here is actually folded. So these are just ways you can actually customize your point of sales layout. So also we can as well delete a category from here or edit a particular category. This is the category product. Now you can also play with your category product. If you click on edit category, you can as well edit your category product, which we talked about in the previous video, pushing it from one place to another. If you want it to appear on the point of sale screen, you can as well sort if you want them to be arranged in a certain type of way. So if I want Sprite to be up, I can just move Sprite up, it becomes up. I double click on it and just drag it to where I actually want the product to be, and it's going to just stay in that shape or in that setting in which I actually did do it. We have sort category as well. I have the soft drink. I can as well say I want the soft drink to come down, and the soft drink is going to come down. However way you want to arrange it, that also can actually be done. If you want to edit your button, enter the name you want to add. If you want to customize your buttons, that also can be done to customize your buttons. If you want to edit the products, if you want to edit the product properties, now inside the categories, for example, I click on beverage and I want to edit the properties. Now I have, these are everything inside my beverage. I can as well decide to put an image in that beverage. So let's do something quickly. So under my milk, I want to have an image path. I can come under the image path under the milk and add my image path. Please, when you copy your image path, exactly how it is, you just put that here. Um, let me leave that for milk. You can as well make any changes you want to make here. This now, don't forget that this is particular to the list of the items under the category. So once I do this, I can click on OK and I can click on save. So if I should go back to my point of sales and I click on my beverage, you can see that we have the milk here, which is beautifully customized with the picture. So the same way you can put pictures on all your products for easier and faster sales. Um, so we've come to the end of this video. If you have any other questions, please let me know. Apart from that, see you on another video. Bye.